So getting ready for Colgate. Another team that's picked to win their league. The and Head of Boston University, the Patriot League. Been in the tournament last couple years, twice. Last couple years, kind of perennial champions, and four seniors that have been playing a lot of basketball together. The only freshman they have is their point guard. He's really good. It's just a ton of experience. Be the best three-point shooting team we played so far this year. By far, they make 10 a game. They shoot over 40% from three. Really dangerous in transition. Any kind of 50-50 ball, scramble ball, we lose possession. We don't get an offensive rebound. They get an offensive rebound. You almost couldn't put three on the board. They like to play fast. They're scoring 84 points a game, or maybe at 81, but they're up over the 80s. So really an excellent offensive team. We played them back in 2019, and we just played great. We had one of those nights where we just shot the ball like crazy. The percentages, going into the game said that, some of our guys that were taking and making threes, the percentages were way down, but we had one of those games. So Colgate saw us at our best. And so, we'll have it'll be, obviously we can't let these guys beat us from three. They can't let us beat them in transition. This is the last week before finals. And so the guys, there's been a lot of academic work this week trying to get ready for finals. And we've had some good practices and a good preparation.
Did Colgate remind anybody played so far this year?
They're a little bit like Bradley shooting it, but they've got a better inside game. They've got some inside players that can score with their back to the basket, and big, strong, physical guys. Again, older, and they're probably better offensively than they are defensively, but they're really solid defensively. But the interesting thing will be, having played them before, they know how we guard. They know the things that we do, and we're not going to be changed. We haven't changed that much since the last time we played them. So it'll be interesting to see what adjustments they make.
Bruce, how's everything with the health of the roster at this point? I know you've been through about 7 games now.
Yeah. Well, I think that getting Chance Westry back, he is not the same player that he was this summer, and a lot of it has to do with surgery, missing almost the entire fall, because before he had surgery, he was out for 3 or 4 weeks, trying to see if we could rehab it, and so he looks really, really rusty. But then in talking to all the freshmen, at this point now we're in December, and so it's not like they're no longer freshmen, but we need those guys. We need Trey, we need Yo, we need Chance to be able to play like more experienced players. And so when those younger guys start playing better and playing more effectively, which they can, and we need them to, we as a team will play better. We'll have more weapons, and we'll be playing better. But our veteran players right now, because of their experience, as you would anticipate, are carrying us right now.
Bruce, you talked about last week about the importance of getting in transition, more scoring in transition, more taking advantage of that. Seemed like in the second half you guys did a good job of that. Is that something you kind of want to continue to work on with these guys?
Yep, for sure. I thought that we really struggled in transition against Northwestern, and we worked on some things to be able to get ourselves some better spacing and taking advantage of our numbers better, and just being more productive. Our offensive efficiency numbers in transition are really low. our offensive efficiency numbers in the drop back are okay. They're not great, but they're not low. So we need to do a better job of converting in transition, executing in the half court, it's an area. It's definitely an area that we can grow. Look, we're hanging our hat on our defense. Holding St. Louis, a team that averages 84, and holding them down into 60 was part of the reason why we were able to win the game. And we're going to have to do the same against a team like Colgate. For us to win right now, while we start to learn, grow, figure out what to do offensively. Part of it is, again, integrating, some of our younger players into the mix.
This is the first time we're talking to you since you freed Joe introduced. Have you had a chance to talk to him? I know he's probably been busy, but have you had a chance?
Yeah, I talked to him a little bit last night, and I try to keep it short because I know he's got a lot on his plate. But I'm so excited for him. I think that we've had like 3 incredible hires in the last, within the last 6 months. I think President Roberts, the fact that he's been here for so long in so many different capacities and did what he did with the School of Engineering, the College of Engineering, we are in great hands there. He hired a great AD in John Cohen, who gets the Auburn culture, who has reinvented the term that's Auburn being Auburn. We're starting to talk about that's Auburn being Auburn in terms of the Texas A&M football game, or what Cadillac Williams did, turning our team around. That's Auburn being Auburn, and I just think that Hughes, it's going to be a great fit for Auburn. He understands the SEC. He's won and beaten teams that were more talented than he's been. He's going to hire a great staff. He's got an incredible family. He's a wonderful Christian man. He's asked for grace. He's going to be given grace here in this Christian community of Auburn, and I'm thrilled that this leadership team is in place, and just look forward to working with him.
Well, what would you like to see out of Dylan as far as improvement goes in his game moving forward?
Dylan is obviously one of the nation's leaders in block shots, if not the leader, and obviously his rim protection, his ability to switch in guards and stay in front. As I've said many times, for a man his size, he's as athletic as anybody in college basketball. It's a strong statement. He's unselfish. He gets offensive rebounds. He kicks it out to shooters, and he sets good screens. He gets to the rim. He's good in the air. I'd love to see him. I'd like to see us play through him a little bit more. I'd like to see him want the ball in there a little bit more and score a little bit more down in there. Want to get to the free throw line. That's happening. It just needs to continue. Very pleased with Dylan.
Bruce, probably not the smartest question, but when teams attack, when Green at the top of the key when he's trying to do the pick and rolls, is there anything more you can do there, or is that just him just getting better at what he's trying to do?
Well, depending upon how teams guard the pick and roll, that determines what we call and what the actions, what offensive actions will be available or present themselves. And so you've just got to be able to react to how the defense is guarding you. Sometimes they change it. Sometimes they have consistency throughout a game of how they do it. And we'll try to play call based on what we anticipate, how they're going to guard it. But obviously the players have got to be able to adjust to the different coverages. It's when you're in ball screen offense, it's really more about what the defense does and your reaction to it than it is about what you do.
Bruce, going off of the question about Dylan, you were talking about his rim protection. Dylan and Deny are top 5 in the country in block percentage right now, and neither of them really gotten in foul trouble much this year. Just how much of a weapon is that to constantly have that kind of rim protection on the floor, no matter who it is, and then also keeping them on the floor because they don't foul a lot?
Well, it helps. Obviously, they do a great job with their verticality. We teach it, they drill it. The challenge, though, is the backside rebounding. The challenge, though, is if they leave, they're going to block shots and they're leaving the backside. So our rotations on the backside, our rebounding down, as we call it, is important. And then, the other issue is, are they getting a lot of opportunities to block shots because our guys are getting blown by? And that's not always a good thing too. So there's a balance to that.